Our newest clients had some pretty good results here in the first month. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what this first month looks like when you work with our agency and a little bit about the case study of these client results. So this account that we just signed about 30 days ago, so about 30 days of management under the belt, we managed 2 Google Ads accounts for this client. The first one had an increase in ROAS of 153%. Went from about 1.08x ROAS to 2.8x ROAS. And then we have a second account for the same client that had about 140% increase in ROAS. And so, yeah, this one went from 0.9x ROAS to 2.3x ROAS in the course of this first 30 days. And so I'll walk you through kind of like some of these things that we saw, right? Like not always do you see this type of increase, but oftentimes there are factors that make it fairly likely. Let me share my screen. I'll show you. So when we bring on a new account, we'll audit the accounts that are there, right? So you'll see this is kind of some of the preliminary stuff. You'll see for these accounts, I noticed that the campaigns are not set up towards efficiency, right? Like this is an account that was managed by another agency. You'd think that they know better than this, but like the client's goal is KPI is ROAS. And here, these campaigns are not set up towards ROAS at all. And so the Google is quite literal, right? You can use these bid strategies to achieve these results, but you need to, actually set it up that way. And so just making those changes, moving things over towards a more efficiency bid strategy really drives some serious improvement in performance there. Now, a lot of the stuff that we go through is, you might think it's like in the weeds, but me and my business partner, Siang, have managed $250 million through Google search, Google Ads in general. And so there's a lot of these little rabbit holes you can go down that really seem to make a difference when you add them all together, right? If you spend $100, sure, it's going to save you pennies. But in the grand scheme of things, if you're scaling or if your goal is scale, these small things add up. So one of these things is the frequency capping. I know that this is, I think, a David Ogilvy thing, that when people see your ads too many times, they start tuning it out. Number that I read in these studies that I will concede are really, really outdated, right? This is like good old-fashioned TV advertising and that type of stuff was about 11 times before people don't see it anymore. The moment they think they're seeing an ad, they just tune it out at that point. And so, yeah, you'll see here, like I put that on there. Oh, I like on YouTube, I exclude all mobile apps. I think those placements are just kind of garbage. And so the excluding of some of these mobile placements, I also exclude the display placements from these YouTube campaigns. Oh yeah, are you managing your keywords, your search terms? Are you pausing underperforming search terms, underperforming keywords? When I look at an account, I'm oftentimes looking just like to see, is anything paused in there? Because that pausing to me means there's some optimizations that are being done. Are your ads being written? Yeah, there's a lot of these little rabbit holes. We could go deep down, and we can, if you want an account audit for your account, we can go deeper into each one of these little rabbit holes here. But the bid strategy was one of the biggest things that we've tested. Honestly, there's still a lot of stuff. It's just 30 days in. There's still a lot of stuff that can be tested, should be tested on this account. Just the first initial month is a lot of this, bid strategy changing and testing of new audiences. And another thing that we look at a lot is the performance of what's run. When I look at the landing pages on this account, this is something that I've been looking at earlier this morning. There is the top spending page at 2x ROAS, the remarketing page at 5x ROAS, and then there's 5 or 6 other landing pages all below break even. So let's just optimize where the traffic's going. There's some videos that are performing quite a bit better than the others, so let's send traffic to the best performing videos. Just consuming the data that's there and then prioritizing that in the account. I would say this is quite a bit different than when we get an account that has not spent, right? Like I think the first account has spent about 100,000. Oh no, one account has spent about 100,000. The other account spent about 500,000. So these are not fresh ad accounts, right? If we're working with a fresh ad account, we probably would do it a little bit differently where I'm looking for variables that we're testing. I'm still looking for variables that can be tested, but there's more optimizations that can be done with the spend that's already gone through the account is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so this is a good case study for some of the results. I think anytime we see these types of increases in ROAS, 143% increase, 159% increase. Obviously, these are things that I think a lot of people are interested in. If you are struggling to hit your ROAS target right now, we're always happy to do a free account audit for any of these advertising channels that you might be spending on. Just go ahead to our homepage, lavie.agency, fill out that request form for a free strategy session, and we can do a free consultation, a free Google Ads or advertising account audit for you, completely free of charge. Even if you don't end up working with us or you're not even interested in working with us, we'll still do an audit for you, get you some context and information, and hopefully improve performance. When we do these account audits, there's almost never, I would say 2 out of 100 come back and there's no opportunity to significantly improve efficiency. So yeah, the vast majority of accounts there's opportunity for 30% efficiency improvement or even more than that. Let us know, fill out that form if you want one, and yeah, very happy to do one.